Can I blow your mind? I figured I thought you looked like you might be game for it. Well, the funny thing is that we can see Chicago skyline from across Lake Michigan, 50 miles.
I mean, the Earth is not flat.
I've looked into it for a year and a half. I think, do you know how fast we're spinning right at this moment? Because I do. I know quite a bit about the Ball Earth model. How you doing?
Research Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you're gonna trust your teachers, huh? All right. Missed opportunity for you. You could have woke up a lot sooner than I did. It's all right. How do you know? Well, right, but how do you know yourself? Go ahead and tell me. Yeah, but that's just the astronauts. How do you know yourself? What? All right, now that's okay. That's all right. I get it. How you guys doing?
Why do you think it's flat?
All right, check this out. I'm gonna go with my go-to proof. We can see the Chicago skyline from freaking clear across Lake Michigan. It's 50 miles across. According to spherical geometry, there should be 1,700 feet of freaking Earth curvature. Tallest building in Chicago is Sears Tower at 1,700 feet. Not only can you see that tower, you can see all the surrounding buildings that are 200 and 300, 400 feet tall. You shouldn't be seeing them. Newscaster on TV gets on TV and tells you what you are seeing is a mirage. Guys, remember, TV is called television programming. Why do they call it programming? Because they're freaking telling you what to think, okay? They're programming your freaking mind. So telling you what to buy, what's cool, who's cool, right? Right? What to wear, all that bull, right? So anyhow, the guy tells you it's a mirage. So another guy named Rob Skiba said, no, I don't think it's a mirage. I'm gonna rent a boat. So he rents a boat. He gets on 50 miles away on the shore of Lake Michigan with a video camera, videotapes that mirage, drives across Lake Michigan, and guess what? There's a city right in front of his eyes. He had the city on his camera the entire time. So was it a mirage? And if it wasn't a mirage, then where is the curvature, right?
What happens when you get to the edge of the Earth?
I don't know. Do you know that there's an edge?
What happens? How does it?
Where's the edge of space?
How do you go like around in circle?
You can, there's a ball Earth, there's a flat Earth model. Imagine a kiddie pool. I need to get a photo of it, that way I can show people. But imagine a kiddie pool, and there's an ice ring around the kiddie pool. All the water's being held in that ice wall with it. You know what I mean? And then there would be continents within that pool. So you can technically go around the continents, right? Do you guys know that no one has ever one person supposedly in all of history, one time, a person has circumnavigated the globe north-south. One time, guys. One freaking time. Wouldn't you like to be number two? You're in an airplane, you could be the number 2 person in the world to do it. What? Right? Yeah. Dude, there's so many freaking lies. There's people everywhere. Countries. Let me give you this. If you Google flat Earth, you know what you get?
Picture.
Bunch of information debunking flat Earth. It's not what you're asking for, right? If you search YouTube, flat Earth, guess what you get? Bunch of freaking videos debunking flat Earth. Does that sound like they're afraid of something? Like they're trying to hide? You know what I mean? Why are they burying all the good flat Earth videos? Do you know they're shutting down flat Earth channels? They're shutting them down, man. Censorship. It's freaking real, man. You guys, when did you learn that the Earth? How do you guys know you live on a spinning ball? Let's talk about that. I really appreciate you talking with me too, guys.
So if it's flat and the sun's how is 2 sides of the world, light and dark? Wouldn't it all be one daytime?
The flat Earth model kind of says that the sun could possibly be like a type of spotlight. Not only like a spotlight, but imagine, just to give you an idea, imagine you're on a football field and you got a little light, a little desk light, right? That's above it, only 8 or 10 feet above the field. Is that going to light up the other side of the field?
So then does the flat Earth rotate?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the flat Earth, the model for the flat Earth, I don't think has been completely, figured out yet. But dude, you know how when you're driving a car, there's a thing called parallax. And you know when you're driving a car, things in the distance almost look like they're moving forward, while other things that are closer are whizzing by you real quickly. That's never been detected in the stars. Why not? Are all the stars at the same exact distance away? It's never been detected, guys. There are so many anomalies. We're finding, if you type in NASA ISS harness or NASA ISS CGI, guys, you'll see the astronauts disappear. They'll disappear, but they'll glitch out, but the background stays the same. I have paperwork I can give you guys if you want to. It'll lead you to a few of the good, people who have made fantastic videos, and they can get you started. Because I'm telling you, it's hard to find them anymore because YouTube buries them. You don't have to, but you can just get on YouTube and do your own investigation. But what I'm telling you is so outlandish that most people won't even bother looking, and that's how the lie keeps people ignorant. Condemnation, it's a great quote, and I was ignorant for most of my life. Condemnation before investigation is the highest form of ignorance, right? You understand that? If you guys laugh and joke at me and you think it's funny, because I used to do that, right? Without looking, then shame on you, because you have no idea what my proof is, what my evidence, why I'm standing out here like a nut job when most people are going to walk by and laugh at me, right? But the fact is that something drove me to do that, and I'm not here as a joke. I'm 100% serious. Money corrupts so much on this planet, and people might wonder, why are they hiding flat Earth, right? That might be a thought. But you guys can look into this stuff and figure it out. Yeah.
How do you make up for no boats ever falling off the side of the flat Earth?
Okay, we just kind of discussed that. Imagine like a kiddie pool. Imagine the edge of that pool is actually like an ice wall. There is a captain who was in a ship, and he logged 60,000 miles running next to a giant ice wall for 60,000 miles. Supposedly he had circumnavigated. So you can circumnavigate a kiddie pool, right, by going around the outside edge if all the continents were in the middle. There's actually a flat Earth map from back in the 1800s which shows the Earth as that. If you look at the United Nations logo, it literally shows you the flat Earth map without the ice wall surrounding it. Now, I'm not saying that in and of itself is proof, but there are people who are going to the beach and they're videotaping boats that or actually what happens is the boat will disappear from your view, right? So you don't see it anymore. And supposedly that boat went over the horizon, right? Isn't that what they told us? That it disappeared due to curvature, right? You guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you.
So people are taking a zoom lens and they zoom in where that boat was, and guess what? There's the boat again, guys. How the heck do you do that on a ball, man? People are doing it everywhere. I'm gonna buy a nice camera and do this myself for people.
I have a question about your ice wall theory.
Yeah.
So now that you say that there's this huge ice wall that's essentially the whole thing. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
That's okay.
What about global warming? Is global warming going to affect that at all? Or is that another thing that is...
Who knows about global warming? I have no clue on that. I can't answer, but what I can tell you is, it's good to be asking questions. That's the key. And you know what? If you come up and you say, you know what, the evidence isn't strong enough for me, good on you. You actually looked into it. But for me, all I see is evidence. We can see clear across 50 miles across Lake Michigan. I was telling these guys, there should be 1,700 feet of Earth curvature across 50 miles. That's accepted ball Earth math. Spherical geometry, 8 inches per mile squared. That's what you're going to get, 1,700 freaking feet. You can see the entire Chicago skyline. You shouldn't be able to see it, guys. There's people going to lakes across 6 or 7 miles. There's an experiment, you can look it up. It's called the Bedford Canal experiment. The guy back in the 1800s, late 1800s, went to a canal 6 miles long, and it's clear shot, straight. Got in the water, and the boat sailed away. He wasn't supposed to be able to see the flag hidden behind 6 or 8 feet of Earth curvature. Boom, he could see the flag still. There's no curvature, guys. NASA is just busted like every which way. There's bubbles being filmed in space, guys. Does anybody here know? You can Google this right now if anybody has a phone. That 2 times astronauts have almost drowned in space in the last 10 years. What? Do you understand? How are they drowning in space? Is there water up there? You guys know?
Well, the pictures are fake.
Dude, go on NASA's website. On NASA's website, it literally tells you that they're all composite CG. There's supposedly one singular photo of the Earth that's an actual photo. One. You guys know how many times we've circumnavigated the Earth in a north-south fashion? One freaking time. But it's amazing, right? No one said, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to be the second guy to do it. That's a pretty good thing to be, right? The second guy in all of freaking man's history. And no one's done it. Not one billionaire said, you know what? I'm going to take my freaking plane and go around it. No, you know why? Because they ain't doing it. It ain't happening, guys. You're capturing these ships back on the horizon. The whole point is to start thinking for yourselves. When do you learn that Earth is a ball? Right? When?
First grade.
Right. And what does it take for Earth to be a ball? What can do the math for gravity at 5, 6, 7 years old, right? You just buy into it. It's all programming, people. It's crazy, man. You see those photos behind me? The Illuminati, and look at that. That's not a mistake. I mean, I'm sorry to do this to little kids, and I'm sure your parents don't like it, but you know, it's really not good. They feed you guys in school. You know, anybody look into genetically modified foods, GMO? Yeah, you think they're healthy for you? Yeah, do you think they're serving that to you at school, or you think they're serving you the GMO, the bad stuff?
The bad.
Right. Aren't you guys supposed to be the most important people in our society? What?
Why would the government hide that from us?
Why would they do that?
Why would they choose us to make it seem like it's round?
Have a good one, guys. I have paperwork if anybody wants to get started. You got to look it. Awesome, man. You're good guy. I do have a YouTube channel. Hang on one second, guys. I appreciate it. Mine is Zoom Truth, and I have a bunch of other channels listed on there too. Sorry about that, guys.
So why would the government make a conspiracy about why would they?
Oh God, that's it. God. I'm 46 years old. I don't know. Do any of you guys believe in God?
You don't?
I didn't. I used to be an atheist. I was hardcore. If you believed in God, I didn't. I did not see evolution. Do you believe in evolution? No? Wow, look at you guys, man. That's pretty badass. How about a Big Bang? No? Wow, you guys are pretty, that's cool. My problem was that I believed in Big Bang. I believed in evolution. That's what they teach us in school when they taught me. And I bought it all, right? I didn't even question it. So all those years, like I'm reading the Bible and stuff, or I knew about the Bible, and it just didn't seem like a Big Bang is not compatible with God creating this place we live in. So I just thought that people who believed in God were kind of fools, like they fell for it, and that I was the smart one, like a lot of people here laugh at me, right? So it gets you to kind of not live according to God's rules, maybe, and maybe not be such a productive person. Maybe you will allow people to control you, governments, when you should be more interested in a higher authority and obeying those rules. So I really think that they've done a snow job on us, and it's up to you guys to investigate it and to question these things. You know, your teachers, they make a salary, right? Do you think they all know that exactly what it is they're teaching? Do they teach you history, or do they tell you history?
Tell you.
Right. Man, there's so much stuff that they say. Did you know that Washington, D.C. used to be called Little Rome back in the founding days? Did you know that George Washington was a Freemason? Most of our presidents have been in that Freemason club, that's these guys in like the secret society stuff. When I first started reading this stuff, I was like, I didn't believe it. Honestly, this was too far for me. But the more you look and the more evidence you see, you can't deny it. Well, you can deny it, which is what a lot of people do. But that's not a good way to live.
The Illuminati is.
The Illuminati, it sounds to me like it's a small group of people who, and I think it might be like evil, like true evil, like
manipulates our mind.
And they actually maybe derive pleasure from us being enslaved like we are. I mean, dude, when you guys get out of school, you'll see we work for free, my friends. That's frightening. I don't like it one bit. My house that I quote own, okay, I gotta pay $500 every freaking month to the local tax guy, or they're gonna come and kick me out of my house and throw me in jail. That's not owning anything, guys. I'm a renter. I rent from the state. Who gave them, think about this now, who gives the state that authority to run my life? Who gave it to them? I don't explicitly, I didn't do it in a knowing fashion. You guys can look up birth certificates and online on YouTube, and if you do birth certificate flat earth, you'll find that when your parents sign up with your birth certificate, they're really signing a contract with the state and making you property of the freaking state. Unknowingly. But the courts don't care whether you know or not. I've gotten tangled up with the courts and contracts before. They don't care.
So why would they just not tell us the truth then? It is the truth.
Why are we at war right now, right? I don't know answers to all this stuff. That's why I'm out here, man. I need help. I need help from people who are going to say enough is enough of the BS. Like you guys, how many of you guys think your parents work too hard to make a living? No? Right? You know what? One of the definitions of slavery is working excessively to make a living. Dude, they're slaves, man. Your parents are freaking slaves. You guys are next in line. Don't be.
So how do you think the celebrities get into it?
Well, how do they get to be celebrities, right? So have you guys watched? If you guys do YouTube, I signed contract with the devil. And you will just see celebrities. Bob Dylan says it. You name it. A lot of the rap stars. What's his name on there? The guy doing the Jay-Z. He's on there saying it. Bro, there's so many recordings of and like, what do they talk? Why are they all saying they signed this deal with the devil? What does that mean? And why are they doing these, like, you know, worshiping signs everywhere, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if you're not like getting paid to do this, why are you out here doing it?
Because I love people, man. I love you guys. I don't want you to fall for this junk. You know what I mean?
He's right. It's true. The earth is not round, it's flat.
You've looked into it?
Uh-huh.
Really?
I have.
Wow, it's mind-blowing, right?
It's everyone will think you're crazy for believing that, just as everyone believes what they believe. So it's like, how do you really get to the bottom of it? It's just everybody just thinks that, so they just keep perpetuating it. And it's all really to make people think that there's no God. It's to make people think that there could be life on all these other planets. To make you think that you're not so special. To make you think that you're not special enough that God has created you and made you in His image and His likeness. It's like, oh yeah, you're all just robots, and you know what? There might be some aliens in outer space and everything. It's all just to eradicate God, so that people can have more power and influence over you. I'll tell you. Ask God Himself. I don't know what your beliefs are, what your background are, but He reveals things to people. You're like, God, I have no idea. Maybe you don't even know who God is. God, you tell me. You tell me. Whatever comes up in your spirit, that's going to be the truth.
These guys are giving me hope. They're really, really smart and open-minded, and it's beautiful. Thank you for saying all that too.
Yeah.
Can I give you paperwork? Because I have paperwork, and I don't know if you ever want to come out, but I'm telling you, another person. I'm joining with other people soon, and we're growing so quickly. I'm sure you know that, right?
My family. So like, we went in, and like, I want to get back out, and I want to like see that guy, and I want to take a picture of you to show my friend. Because my friend, she's the one that got me, because she did all the research.
Oh, good.
She's like, Antarctica is like what they make you believe is at the ball of the globe, but it's not true. No one's actually even been to Antarctica. It's just like a wall of ice. So it's like nobody has gone around the world. Nobody. People have gone around the world like that. Nobody has gone around the world and come back again. And even though they try to say Magellan did it, if you research even his own documents, it's documented that he did not go around the earth. All right.
And it's up for you guys to verify her information and do your own, do your own research on this, because believing is how we got into this problem in the first place. Just hearing somebody, oh yeah, I believe my teacher, and boom, the next thing you know, you're a brainwashed zombie, Dave Hicks, waking up at age 46 going, where the heck do I live, right?
I don't know about him, but
but you don't want to be that. Wait, hang on, I want to give you my paperwork real quick.
That's just so cool.
And I need you.
Yeah.
Here's this. My channel's Zoom Truth, and I'll post this up too, because everybody's going to be after you. I'm serious. We need.
I have to take a picture of you for my friend.
Oh, that's fine.
Carol, take a picture of me and him for my friend.
Do you guys want a little paperwork then, or no? One piece, and you can. All right.
I thought she was crazy at first, and then I just thought about it. There's no way in the 1960s that Neil Armstrong went on the moon and they had live recording of it.
Oh,
that
it's
was
so
a hoax.
bad. Yeah, that
was a hoax.
When you guys look into this, I'm telling you,
we can barely do that nowadays.
It'll
Forget
open your
about
eyes.
it.
Here's a few things you guys want. And I have a whole bunch of YouTube videos, people who make YouTube videos who I think are kind of trustworthy, but who knows anymore, right? They all end up being shills. But it's up to you guys to do that research, man, and you'll see it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all right.
But stay in touch. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Why hasn't anyone traveled around the earth? What do you mean by that?
Because it's flat.
Yeah, I mean, they say we are.
They just go like this. They just go like this. Nobody has ever gone like this and come back. Research that, and like even what's documented is like, no, that's not going around. So there's no proof of it. Find out from pilots too. Pilots will tell you that they thought when they flew, they assumed that their readers adjusted for the curvature of the Earth, but it actually doesn't. So they fly, and if you reach even the flat states, you would see a curvature across even a state. and you don't see it.
Can you say hi to all the flat earthers out there real quick? What's your name again?
It's Jill.
Jill, I'm David too. Nice to meet you, Jill. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt her. I just wanted to get that before I forgot. So yeah, there's pilots who are questioning this stuff now too. Pretty much.
They want everyone to believe it. That's why they put out like planes.
I kind of don't understand.
So they want like everyone to believe that the Earth's round. So that's why they're putting like fake stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and how much does it take? Because once
like
you get a bunch of sheep,
like this,
that's
it's
why.
not a globe.
You guys see that? See that picture of the sheep? There's no fence where keeping those sheep. There's no fence keeping those sheep in line, right? There's just a gate, and then they go through the gate. They could walk right past that gate if they wanted to. The point is that when you're sheep, all you do is you just freaking trust you don't have to be, you just trust things intuitively. You don't look into them yourself and think for yourself. So you just follow the person in front of you. And that's what we're doing as pretty much the entire of humanity almost has been tricked into becoming sheep. And it's brutal.
We have like really good technology.
There's a guy named, you can check out Don Pettit, and his name is Don Pettit. He's an astronaut. He's on video, literally, I'm sure you've seen this one, and he says, we don't have the technology to get to the moon anymore. We destroyed that technology, and it's too painful of a process to rebuild it. What? Yeah, man, that's right. It's a lie. He's a freaking liar, man. He talked about what happens. The one guy who's like a shill for like government or whoever. He's like, he was interviewing Don Pettit, and he was inside the cupola, and in it, he's like the guy. The cupola is on the ISS where they do the viewing of the Earth, and you can see it has a bunch of windows in it that you can open up in shutters. The guy goes, in order to move those shutters, you need to actually have like manual gears that can move them, right? So what happens if they spring a leak? And Don Pettit goes, then we spring a leak. He's like, that's what happens, guys. You know what happens supposedly if you lose your pressurization in a vacuum? Your freaking blood boils and your head will explode. Now, I think I'd be pretty concerned if there's going to be a leak on the ISS if I was floating around staying up there. Watch ISS harness. If you just got to do your research, and you got to start questioning everything from the food you eat. They're vaccinating little kids. Guys, we didn't have to vaccinate kids 50 years ago. This stuff wasn't happening. I don't know. Have you gotten to that point where you're investigating everything?
No.
Oh, it doesn't end. It's not just flat Earth.
My friend just told me. I thought she was crazy at first, and then I just thought about it, and like he said, I just said, boom, yeah. Come on, that was so rigged. That was so rigged. They did not have everyone sitting on their black and white TVs watching live, putting a flag into a moon. Like, there's no way.
And then they were talking, and then the president talked to them.
Outer space.
And the president talked to them, literally. Sometimes you can't even get a cell phone to talk to your mom if you're out of range, right? The president's just calling up the moon. You know how far they say the moon away is? 200,000 miles, guys.
Wouldn't they lose
Yeah, there's no way they had the technology to do that.
No, right? That's another. And then you guys got to do your research, because I could talk for weeks, and I will if you guys allow me to. Because
so like, why has no one like you like tried to travel around the Earth on the boat?
There's people who are trying to get it on that. There's a thing called the Antarctic Treaty. I'm sure you know about the.
I don't know that much about it. I just know it's true.
Okay, yeah. There's an Antarctic Treaty that was made in 1959. It's pretty much militarized.
Oh yeah. Like they say you can't go there, right? Because you can't.
And I mean, I don't know, but I know it takes funds to make these things. Guys,
tons of money. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't have that kind of money to buying around, and a lot of people don't. But at some point, somebody with money is going to do this. They're probably going to end up dead because I mean, they're not probably interested in us spreading this out too much, the word. But people, it's being spread. Like I said, search YouTube for Flat Earth, and what happens? You get debunking videos. Have you done that recently?
No.
Oh, you gotta just type in Flat Earth on Google, and the first things that come up are everything that's debunking Flat Earth. I mean, their algorithms are pretty good at Google. I think they know what you're looking for usually. So they're feeding you what they want. You know, it's misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation. The Flat Earth Society, you guys, I put it in the little package there. You want to probably steer clear of them, I think. They're kind of known as a shill organization. I stay away from them, so I don't know whether that was just general paranoia, but they say that the Earth is a disk and that it's moving up at the rate of gravity, proved gravity. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, how they prove that, and that maybe that's a theory, but. All right, good talking with you guys. I appreciate it.
What are you doing with the video? Can I find that somewhere on your website?
Yeah, it's on Zoom Truth.
That's on here?
Yeah, that's my
I want to
station.
show my friend. I want to show my friend. And also what got me, and I see that you have here, the Bible.
Yeah.
Mistranslations. They want to mistranslate it, but it says that God sits above the circle.
Yeah, right. And did you see Werner von Braun? You know who Werner von Braun is, right?
I heard of him, but
he is the head of NASA. He's a former Nazi. Oh, there's his headstone. Look what it says. Psalms 19-1, and that translates to Genesis. Where is it? Oh, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. That's from NASA's, the head of rocket engineering. What's he doing talking about the firmament, right?
And the what word?
It's at the very top one.
Oh,
Do you
I don't
see
know what that means.
Firmament?
The firmament,
the dome. The dome. So he's literally referring to the dome.
Yeah. So he's wow.
It's never ending.
Because most translations don't even have that word in there.
The firmament?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I don't think so.
Well, I'm just starting on mine. I'm halfway through it.
My friend told me, I thought she was crazy, and then I knew. Because I have the Holy Spirit inside me. I'm born again.
Yeah, me too now. Oh, I'm born again. Yeah, like it happened a year and a half ago, and.
It happened a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
David Hicks.
David, I'm Jillian. That's the best news I heard all day.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I didn't even want to tell my parents. I was so conditioned. I'm pretty sure I'm born again. Like everything that says is like that's me now.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? Where do I live? Because I was a hardcore atheist. Like I hated like talking about.
Because you're a fact guy, you're a truth guy. So
yeah, I thought I was.
No, I got it. Yeah. Well, you are.
I was a sucker.
Because you found the truth. You found the truth. But
I'm so happy, man.
Wow.
Aren't you like to be awake?
I am. I was not awake before.
You see zombies everywhere, right? No, I mean these people. They're zombies. They're brain dead. They're lost. They don't know.
I know.
Because they walk by and they laugh, and that was me.
Yeah.
Hardcore, right?
I would have too.
Yeah, me. That's right.
I laughed at my friend when she first told me, and I'm like, no. But then I just knew. It just rose out of the.
So how lucky are we? Because this stuff, a lot of people, like those kids seem really open-minded. None of them. I asked them if they believed in evolution. They were like, I don't know. Big Bang, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's going on? Their parents, that was really cool. I meet a lot of people lately, and you have to come out with me one time now because you're great with people.
I don't live around here.
Oh, where do you?
Evangelist.
Where? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Would you
The city.
in the city?
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I'm going up with a group of people into the city in it's either a couple weeks or so in New York City.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think Times Square. We're gonna be on the
That's
weekend.
the place, man.
So I'm meeting some people, and I don't know. I know it's not easy, especially when people are working full time. I haven't been working, but I like going out here and doing this. Hopefully.
So there's a way to get in contact with these people?
Yeah. I have my YouTube channel that you can always message me on. I'll know it's you right away. I'm sure.
You can message them?
Or just comment. You can just comment on YouTube. I have. I don't think I have my Twitter. I'm on Twitter, even though Twitter has me like caged. Like none of my tweets go out.
My friend, she writes on Twitter, and she's just started a podcast. And all Flat Earth.
There's a ton of people who are doing this, like tons. And like if you type in like Flat Earth on YouTube, like you don't even see, like they don't even show recent videos being made by like all these different people.
Yeah.
So they're really suppressing. I mean.
Yeah. But I'll tell her mainly
planet.
like that's why I would like to like get in touch with you because maybe she, especially, like if she wants to meet up in Times Square also, like to have discussions with people or anything, or I don't know if she feels like she's still in the behind the computer screen phase or what, you know. But I love talking to people. I talk to people all the time, and it's to get them to think, you know.
You were born again before you were flat Earth, right?
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
I was born again 6 years ago.
Okay.
And then it was just like a year ago that my friend started talking about this, and I was like,
and then you looked in the Bible, and were you like, why didn't I? Did you ever wonder why? Like, because I'm talking with one of my friends.
No, I didn't notice why I didn't ever see it before. No, she's the one that told me.
Yeah, but now you see it in the Bible, right? Yeah.
When she's the one that told me it was in the Bible, and so I started opening up and looking at the different translations, and I was like, whoa! You see, it says he sits above the circle of the earth here, but then in the Message translation, they screw it up and they say he sits above the ball of the earth, because the Message they just write whatever they want to try to make it easy for people.
Oh yeah, and to make the story match too.
Yeah,
dirtballs. I talk to people and they're like, they try to tell me that circle is a ball, and I'm like,
no.
You gotta get through your cognitive dissonance.
Whoever saw something like this and said, "Oh, a ball," no, you say that's a circle.
Yeah, you know, but they're in denial.
Come on, and then everything is as far as the east is from the west. He forgives our sins as far as the east is from the west. If it was all just one big, there'd be no such thing as that. But it's far. The east and the west are far away from each other. Every language in the Bible leads to that. There being, there's nothing but just being a flat.
Yeah, it really does.
So
it's great. Now are you spreading this truth? Like you're an evangelist, you don't bring it up. You don't want to lose your congregation. What's going on with that?
No, as an evangelist, my job is to
not scare people.
Talk with people. No, my job is to do one thing and one thing only: to use the Word of God, His gospel, the truth.
But isn't that the Word of God? It's that He's saying it's flat.
That's
You're afraid
not
that
me.
people can't accept it.
I'm not a pastor. I'm not a pastor.
Right.
That's not me.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what's the difference between a pastor and an evangelist. I don't even know.
So yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't have a people. I'm just wherever I go, wherever I meet, and where I feel my calling is. It's talk to them.
Well, you did a good job today.
And preach the Word of God, and that is power in and of itself. His Word is alive, sharp, and active. So it's that power. So it's like I'm just that intermediary who is just spitting that forth, and then it's only by Holy Spirit.
Do you think you're going to start incorporating any flat Earth? Because do you think it's? Have you watched Rob Skiba on YouTube?
For me, my thing. I just know what I'm called to do, and that's that.
Okay.
I mean, somebody's saved already.
Yeah.
And we're talking.
Yeah.
I minister to people all the time. I love doing that.
Okay.
But my main thing as an evangelist is people that would normally not go to church, normally not put on something Christian, get them to think to where, no, look, this is the real gospel. This is it. Shoot little 2-minute gospel.
You don't think flat Earth? You don't think you can reach people with flat Earth?
People are reached through flat Earth. And my friend reaches them through flat Earth. Me, I'm not.
I don't mean to be pushing you into it. I'm just.
No, I'm not going to feel pushed. I'm free of man.
Okay,
free
gotcha.
from myself. I'm free from man. Don't worry about that.
Cool.
But no, that's her thing for right now. But me, I don't know. The greatest high that I get, the greatest passion I get, is because I know that feeling the Holy Spirit comes over me, and I'm literally leading someone to the Lord because they just heard the gospel. All right, I can be on.
And you've done that where you've literally connected with a person. So
So that's just what I'm feeling like.
Because I don't know how anybody would have done that for me. But maybe they have to be at that point in their life where they're ready, right?
Opportunity. It's not like I'm saying it's not like I can go up to that person, get them to convert right now or anything like that. It's I pray for opportunities, and Holy Spirit gives opportunities where someone just asks me something about myself, and it's just like open door for my testimony, open door for the gospel. It's Him that does it, because He knows the hearts that He's prepared. He knows the good soil. Don't go just on the hard soil. So that's me. That's what I do. I mean, I wouldn't shy away from it. I would talk to people about it. But I'm not going to leave with that. If someone's unsaved, it's like first thing.
I end up talking to a lot of people about
the Holy Spirit. But that's also, and that's and
that's my thing. No, I'm with you. I get it. And because you know why? Also, because I'm not ready to do any further further because I don't know enough. I haven't read half the Bible yet. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not that you're not ready. It's just like this is what God. If this is the desire that God put on your heart, it's like you have that desire because He put that on your heart. That's what the Bible says in Psalms 34 or something like that. It's like He gives you the desires of your heart. Not that everything my heart desires God gives me like a magician. It's like the desires were planted there by Him because I have submitted myself. I've submitted my will to Him. So the things that I desire are not things that are just stupid, you know, and just fleshly. Things that He actually put in there. So that's what I'm saying is going on with you. And for whatever reason, the desire He gave me right now is the gospel.
Yep. Gotcha.
Lord. So
Very
I'd love
nice.
to talk to people about that, but for me, that's not the way to lead off. My friend, she's gotten other flat earthers who are atheists to be like, wow, no, you know what?
Wow.
You weren't.
What's gonna happen?
Accidentally.
What's gonna happen? What's happening next, though? Like, what happens? Do we wake everybody up or no? What happens? And if we did, how would the world change?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be a better world, don't you?
It would be a better world, but pray on everything. Like
I do praying like an admin. I do.
Thanksgiving. Okay, so you know it's prayer.
Oh, it works. Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Pray before, and then He sends those ready hearts, and everyone else who rejects, they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting the truth. Jesus Christ is the truth. The rejection's not on you. You know, it's on them, and it's still a seed. No matter how sometimes the people that react the most violently to something, they're the closest. So I don't gauge anything by reactions, you know what I mean? Unless of course the person comes, then you know, okay, the seeds are planted and it's ready. But other than that, everything else just rolls off.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No problems whatsoever.
Me.
Laugh your heads off, lady people.
We're dead.
Yeah.
We died already.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that
you
right?
can't kill me. I'm already dead. It's no longer I who live in Christ.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay,
Doesn't matter, you
You
know?
scared me. I was like, what does that mean? I'm getting there. You know what I mean?
That's so awesome. Where do you go to church? You live around here?
I don't go to church. I can't. I'm having a hard time relating with people who refuse to read their Bible and see what it says. If I bring it up to them, even my one friend who's helping me. I mean, I understand that they know more than me and everything, but I cannot relate when I say, well, look here where it says circle, and they go, well, you have to interpret that. I don't like that. Like, I don't want to deal with people who tell me I got to interpret everything.
Church, I don't know if everyone would automatically be down with that, because I don't really talk about it with like people, because it's just not my. It's like I don't know.
But I know it's not good, right, to be that way for me. I think it's abrasive, and I probably could be learning more and meeting other people.
Get yourself planted in a good, spirit-filled.
So I'm so anti. I'm such a loner type of person. Well, no, but it's weird. I think it's just from all those years of conditioning where and also the whole church, like organized, Catholic, evil, satanic.
Oh, don't go to Catholic.
No. And what I'm saying though is that, like, I think that in my head is going to church, and I need to understand that it's not like that. And I don't know, but I do need to go because I have been watching videos and I find them not entertaining, but I enjoy listening to sermons from Christian, whatever they are called, pastors.
You're in a better place to join a church than somebody who's joining a church because they're seeking some kind of validation from man, and they're seeking everybody else to just make them feel better and everything. So you're in a better place because you're there. You're going to absorb what the pastor's saying. Pastors aren't always correct in what they say, but you're going to be.
I need to accept that. Like, I'm acting like I know everything.
You're using your discernment to kind of what's real, what's not real, whatever. Get yourself planted in a good.
Okay. All right.
Spirit-filled.
Maybe that's why I was supposed to meet you. What?
Have you been baptized in the Holy Spirit?
Well, I think when I was a little kid, when I didn't.
No. Do you speak in tongues?
No. I didn't think you were supposed to do that stuff. Are you?
Yeah, you are.
What?
Because it says it in the Bible.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Acts 2. I'll show you.
Oh, all right. I thought that stuff was like Gnostic stuff.
No, it's in the Bible. So get yourself a full Bible.
Give me one second.
You got it.
Guys, they say we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour right now, circling the sun at 66,000 miles an hour, while the sun hurls through space at 500,000 miles an hour. Now, you guys feel all that motion, right?
You wouldn't, because the Earth is too big. My dad thinks the Earth is flat too.
He does. Good for him.
A lot of people do.
Yeah. Have you looked into it at all yet?
Do.
You really do. I know. I do
because
too.
this
My
is
friend
and I understand understand why you're here because they say this is the true test that the boat on the horizon doesn't fall.
Look at that
see how we
horizon.
can still see that boat? He's saying at the but
that
theoretically.
Oh yeah, I wish that boat would disappear on us and we could zoom in. Oh, that's all right.
The camera disappeared.
Yeah, no, it's not on there. But yeah, no, that's what you've seen those where the boats disappear and then they reappear when you zoom in on them, and that shouldn't be. Where you can see. Have you seen the Chicago skyline?
How do you explain an eclipse?
You know, there's some stuff I just can't explain. You know what I mean?
But an eclipse makes sense if the Earth is a sphere.
Well, it makes sense because they've told you that it makes sense.
Trust me, I'm very. I'm into astrology, everything, and astronomy.
I'm not arguing that. There's some things that I think
because theoretically an eclipse is you have the sun, a lunar eclipse. You have the sun, then you have the Earth, and then you have the moon. So how would we be able to see? Like you can see
well, check this out. So that makes sense. Let's give you that. Let's give you that point. Let's say because I've seen it all, but there's times when you can see a half moon, and the problem with the half moon is that the reason why we see the moon lit up is because supposedly the sun is shining off it like a sun hitting a ball, right? Well, there's times when like the bottom of the moon will be lit, yet the sun is above it. It doesn't work. It happens. Like you can watch multiple videos of people catching that.
No, because light bends. So if there's an object such as the Earth,
light bends. Really, you tested that out and you've done. I mean,
have you ever used it? Goes around. Are you crazy? Have you ever used a prism in your life?
But my point is though is that like in terms of with if you're going through space when you see that happen with the moon, it's not going through our atmosphere, so it's just out in space with the moon, and we're seeing
But the object that's blocking or obstructing the light, can you not?
I have to. I post this stuff.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube.
Okay, hi YouTube. So if the object that's blocking the sun's light from that part of the moon would be the Earth.
Okay, listen, I will tell you this. I'm more interested in the stuff that's happening that there is not. What is the explanation for why we're seeing Chicago skyline from 50 miles across Lake Michigan when we shouldn't be seeing it? It should be impossible.
Well, how far is a human being's field of vision?
Well, the thing is that
relative. No, but let's say the human eye can only see but so far. So at what point does the curvature begin in the Earth?
Okay, well there's a formula. There's a formula. There's a formula. Well, there is a formula, and it's 8 inches per mile squared, and that's going to define
86 miles.
8 inches per mile squared.
8 inches
per mile squared. So over a distance of 50 miles, you do 50 times 50 is 2,500 times 8 inches. That ends up producing 1,700 feet of curvature, expected curvature across that lake. You shouldn't see but the very tippy top of the Chicago skyline. Instead, not only are you seeing the freaking Sears Tower, you're seeing the tiny little buildings that are next to it.
You would have to take into account what is the water level of Chicago? How far?
Oh, it's 200 feet. 200 feet.
Is it
200 feet above sea level?
Is it a flat plain? Is it mountainous? You can't take every surface of the Earth.
Well, they tell
equally.
But the flat states though, you shouldn't be able to see across the flat states though either. They're flat states, and I don't know.
I just met her.
No, I
don't know him. I just came across.
Okay,
I just started.
Let's say for
she's with Team Dad also.
Let's say this is the Earth, and a flat state is this, but it's inside of a groove, and there's a big hole in this flat plate. The plate is not completely flat. Let's say you have a plate, but there's an indent in the plate.
Right, but that's not going to make the water indent, right?
Huh?
Wait, are we talking about why we can see Chicago?
But even with that, why would you be able to see across? No, it's like one of those square.
That's why we do it over water. Hold on, but that's why we test it over water, because we know that from the photos of from the photos in space.
This is more what I'm interested in.
That's crazy, right?
Home.
Oh.
I gotta go home, but I just wanted to
but what would be the benefit of it?
Acts 2 in what? And where is? Yeah, but that's what it's called. Acts 2.
Okay, so it's one. So the Bible. Acts chapter 2.
Okay.
Right.
And divided.
There came from heaven a sound like a mighty rushing wind, and it filled the entire house where they were sitting. And divided tongues of the fire appeared to them, and rested on each other. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak in other tongues as the Holy Spirit gave God. Mind if I just pray for you really quick? No. Thank you. Holy Spirit has come. Remember the mighty rushing wind that came the day of Pentecost. Filled him with the Holy Spirit and with fire, with evidences to be come. Wash away everything that is not of you, everything that's the old man, and just fill him with your power, with your Holy Spirit, with your power, with your grace, with your all who are hurt, keep on proclaiming your word in Jesus' name.
Amen.
It'll come. Just keep talking to him, talking, and you're gonna start to sound like my preaching man, and it's just gonna bubble up and come out. Keep thanking him like over and over again, like for like millions of things, like everything you're thanking him for. It's gonna come to you. It's like creating, and you might not see always the effect of our prayer through the word. Okay, go through the Bible. It comes to, okay?
I will.
It says it came with power. It said it came with power to give them power so that they can be his witnesses. That's the whole thing.
I'm gonna have to watch this again and listen to you. That's a lot, but thank you.
Bless you.
All right, thanks, Jillian.